What if I told you there's a principle so powerful it can literally turn ordinary talent into legendary mastery? Well, today, we're going to unpack that very idea, the unstoppable power of consistent practice.
In any field, whether it's sports, art, or science, what is it that really elevates someone to the absolute top? Is it just raw God-given talent? Is it pure luck? What's the secret sauce?
Well, here's the thing. The answer isn't some hidden secret or a complicated formula that only a few people have access to. It's actually a principle that's available to every single one of us, and it's all rooted in one powerful idea: commitment.
And here it is. It all comes down to consistent practice. This is the engine of achievement. It's that relentless day in, day out dedication that takes whatever potential you have and forges it into true mastery.
But hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's see this principle in action. We're going to look at two incredible stories from the world of sports, and we'll start with a legendary tale from the cricket pitch.
So, picture this. A young, up-and-coming Australian bowler named Brad Hogg is facing India's cricket icon, the legendary Sachin Tendulkar. And in this just stunning moment, Hogg actually dismisses the world's greatest batsman. For Hogg, this was it, the absolute moment of a lifetime.
So after the match, Hogg is, buzzing. He goes up to Tendulkar and asks him to sign a photo of that very dismissal. Tendulkar signs it, but he adds a short, almost chilling message. This will never happen again. Now, this wasn't some kind of threat. It was a promise he made to himself.
And here is where the story becomes absolutely incredible. They faced each other 45 more times in their professional careers, 45 times. And in all of those encounters, Brad Hogg never dismissed Sachin Tendulkar again, not once. That one failure fueled a level of commitment and purposeful practice that made Tendulkar unbeatable against him. That's power.
Tendulkar's promise is perfectly mirrored in the mindset of another legend, Michael Jordan. His famous quote here completely flips the whole idea of failure on its head. He didn't see every missed shot as a defeat. For him, it was just data. It was fuel for his journey to becoming the best.
And this just illustrates his philosophy perfectly. The very things that would make most of us want to quit, like getting cut from his high school basketball team, he used them. Those rejections, those misses, they became the fuel for his practice. He didn't just practice, he practiced with the memory of every single failure, pushing him to become absolutely unstoppable.
So how does this actually work on a deeper level? This isn't just about willpower and being tough. It's a real scientific process. What people like Tendulkar and Jordan did was, quite literally, rewire their brains for success.
Okay, so check this out. Every time you practice a skill, any skill, you are physically strengthening the neural pathways in your brain that are linked to that action. There's a process called myelination, where your brain essentially wraps these pathways in a fatty sheath. Think of it like upgrading a bumpy dirt road to a super smooth fiber optic cable. The more you practice, the thicker that sheath gets, and the faster, more automatic, and more effortless that skill becomes.
And this physical change in the brain gets reinforced by a huge psychological shift. As James Clear talks about in his book Atomic Habits, real lasting change comes from what he calls identity-based habits. It's the difference between saying, "I want to write a book," and saying, "I am a writer." See the shift? Jordan didn't just want to be the best, he trained every single day as if he already was. His actions built his identity.
So this is all fantastic in theory, right? But how can you actually apply this incredible principle in your own life? How do you build that unstoppable momentum for yourself?
Well, here's a simple 5-step game plan. First, and this is key, start small. Don't try to go from 0 to 100. Just get the reps in. Second, schedule it. Put it in your calendar. Make your practice a non-negotiable appointment with yourself. Third, track your progress. It feels good to look back and see how far you've come. Fourth, and this is so important, embrace failure. See it as feedback, not defeat, just like MJ did. And finally, find your community. Surround yourself with people who push you, who inspire you, and who challenge you to be better.
So after looking at the legends, understanding the science behind it, and laying out an action plan, it really all boils down to one simple, undeniable formula.
And here's the final takeaway. Practice isn't just part of the equation for success, it is the equation. But look, it's not just any old practice, it has to be deliberate, focused, purposeful practice. When you commit to that, success stops being a matter of luck or chance, it becomes an inevitable outcome.
You see, greatness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one rep at a time, one day at a time.
The only thing standing between you and where you want to go is consistent practice. So I'll just leave you with this question. What journey, what goal are you willing to commit to starting today?